Yo, 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 yo. What up, everybody? Welcome back. We missed Friday because we were out doing business things, making shit happen. But we're back. Felipe, what's up, dog?
What's up, Mike? How are y'all doing? Um, little update for everyone watching. We had an appointment today. It was canceled, so that's just part of the business. It was gonna be my first appointment by myself. So had the hopes up, but it went away. Doesn't mean I'm gonna stop. Obviously, just gonna keep following up until she's ready to move forward.
So let's talk about that. You like this would have been Felipe's first on-site appointment by himself. I wasn't gonna go shadow. I literally was saying, "Hey, bro, go there by yourself and get this thing done." What was going on in your mind when I said, "Dude, I'm not gonna be there"?
I was like, well, it's time for me to just do what I gotta do to figure it out because I don't have a mic behind me. Kind of just I'm kind of used to just doing stuff that I don't know what I'm doing, but it's still a little scary because I've never done it before. But it's not like I'm going, into war or something. It's just gonna go talk to someone and see what's gonna happen. At the end of the day, I'm gonna leave with a no or with a yes, but it's not anything that's gonna change my life.
Mhm. Now, here's why I think it's important, bro, for you to go do that. Even if you did something, I don't know, you were nervous, something happened, you didn't get the contract when you were supposed to, or whatever, something happened. Even if that did happen, that would be probably one of the best things that happened to you. Why?
Because it'll give me some learning lesson
Hmm.
throughout that appointment that I didn't know what I was doing wrong.
Yeah, because you're gonna grow, dude. I've been on so many freaking appointments where I didn't get the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's it. But at the end of the day, you're a badass, and you were gonna make it happen. So, um, appointment is going to be rescheduled, and Felipe will be crushing a contract, his first on-site contract by himself soon. Um, so what do you got for me today, bro?
Yeah, I got a potential novation, agreed upon number. Only thing is that this seller wants kind of like a written down way of how the novation works. I explained it to him verbally, but he wants it like written down as well, just to go over it and understand what's going on. He called it like a preliminary contract or something. So I just didn't know exactly what to send him.
Okay, so talk about the actual situation and the deal.
Um, I offered 400. He's looking for 400. ARV is just around 500, possibly 480. Actually, I'm sorry. ARV is possibly 500 to 530, depending if we add an extra bedroom, which he said it's possible. Um, the house needs around 10 to 15 grand worth of work. He is already working on this house, but he's also building another house at the same time. So he's having trouble doing two things at once. So he said, well, I'd rather just sell this house since I don't really need it anymore and focus on my big project, which is building my new house.
Okay, is he living there?
He is currently living there, but he's ready to move out whenever we agree.
Got it. Where is it?
It's in Brockton. It's you've actually had a contract, not a contract, but a conversation with him, and I'm pretty sure you offered him the same exact thing, 400 innovation. I will send you the address.
Hmm. Dang, I remember this lead.
You remember him?
Um, Kinda. I remember the property.
From the
Oh
notes,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it sounded like you gave him an offer and he just ghosted you after that.
Okay, this thing definitely needs more than 10 to 15 grand worth of work from what
Yeah,
I'm.
that's what he said. I brought that up. He said that what you see in the pictures is completely not correct. Like there's granite steps he put in. He's been working on this property. Obviously, I can't believe 100% what he's saying until we check out the property. But going off what he said and going off my numbers, like 400 might work as an ovation, contingent upon taking a look at the fix-ups.
Okay, so you've had a conversation with him so far about a novation. Tell me what that conversation looked like. Like, how did you articulate it to him?
I started off with the cash offer. I said, hey, like I plugged in my cash offer in our analyzer and it just came out to way too low. And I know you said you didn't want anything in the 300s, but that's where it came out of. And he said, yeah, I don't want that at all. And I said, no worries. I understand. That's why I wasn't even going to offer you that number. With that being said, we have this other option that we can give you that around that 400 range you're looking for, but we both partner up and we come in and fix up your property and sell it, and you get paid once that's all done. And then he was like, oh, what do you mean? And I said, basically, we'll get our personal guys, our own agents. We'll do all the work, fix up the property. And at the end of the period, whether it's 1 month or 2 months, we will sell the property and we'll collect the difference and you get the 400 you were asking.
Okay.
And he was interested. He was like, yeah, I like that idea. But could you just send me something in writing just so I can get a better grasp of the whole thing?
So do you think sending the stuff in writing really is what he needs?
I think it will give him a comfort feeling of us and knowing that we're serious and we want to go move forward. Even if he just like ignores it, because usually sellers ignore whatever we send. I feel like it's like a credibility thing.
Okay. Now let's talk about that. Do you think us sending something, yes, it gives us credibility, but do you think we could have done something before that to nip that in the bud? Here's the thing. Should we be sending out a contract or a write-up? Do you think I ever send emails saying, hey, thanks for talking to me today. Here's what we talked about. Do I ever send that? Have I
No.
ever sent that? No. Okay, so now let's think about it. Why? What do I do that has prevented me from having to send any of that?
Is it upfront contracts?
Yeah, there's upfront contracts. There's definitely explain.
Oh, you want me to explain it?
Yeah.
Upfront contract in terms of like, do you need anyone else to go over this with? Do you need anything else before we can go forward?
Mm-hmm.
And if he says yes, I'm going to need something in writing, or if he says no, he can't go back on his word. Usually.
Yeah, and if he asked for something in writing, what would I say?
Something along the lines of, what is it and why do you need it?
Yeah, but in a way, like, how could you say that in a way rather than just saying, yeah, why? I'm saying that might come off the wrong way if you
Yeah. You should say like, oh, do you have to go over this with somebody else? Or do you need a lawyer to look at it? Or does it make you feel more comfortable if you have something in writing? Something.
Typically, when a seller has asked me to put something in writing, it's usually not the writing that is the thing they're actually asking for. They're asking for something that they're asking for clarification. There's something that I did on my end that wasn't clear enough. Can you help me understand what that is?
Mm-hmm.
So think about it. What is this seller really doing? There's like a couple different things, and you can call it up. They're either not that interested and they just feel bad and they're just like, oh yeah, dude, just send it to me in an email because they just want to get you off the phone. So they're either doing that or they're either super confused and we didn't do a good enough job of articulating it and using third-party stories and getting our message across, right? Or three, they just don't want to sell.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we usually never have to send out a contract or an email or anything like that unless they're ready to move forward. Whenever it is something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, just send me something." Dude, I don't got time to send shit. I gotta go make more phone calls. Make sense?
Yep.
What just happened? The seller just freaking gave you homework, dog. What is
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be happening?
Mm-hmm. The other way around.
Right. So if you were on the opposite end, if you were steering the conversation and you were in charge and you were giving homework and you were doing all these things, you would have steered the conversation in a direction to where it wasn't even an option to send something. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Because now you were in charge. Do you want to be in a position where you want to send something? No, never. We never want to send a contract unless they're going to be ready to sign it. Like, that's it.
Okay.
It's almost like it's a dude, you probably do it when you go into the store or something like that. Like, let's just say you go into, I don't freaking know, you go into some shoe department or something like you go into, give me a store where there's salespeople there with business cards. Saks Fifth. You go into Saks Fifth, and the person there, you're looking at some freaking Gucci for your wifey, right?
Yep.
And then you start looking at the price tags, and you're like, shit, I can't afford that right now. But I don't want to make the salesperson feel bad. Let me just ask for their business card.
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially what the seller just did. So Felipe goes up to the sales manager or whatever, the person that he's dealing with at Gucci, and says, "Oh yeah, I'm super interested. I'm gonna be back. I just have to talk to blah 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 blah. Can you give me your business card so I can call you back once I'm ready to buy this thing? Are you ever gonna, look at that business card ever again? Or are you gonna throw it in the trash?
Probably throw in the trash.
Right, and you're never gonna go buy that thing.
Yeah.
Now, if I was the freaking salesperson at Gucci, I would have given you the business card before you ever even asked of it because I knew that was your homework. I would have gave you homework. I would have said, hey, go back to your wifey, figure out her size, figure out this, that, and the other. Here's my card. By the way, can I have your information as well so I can follow up with you? And I'm following up with you saying, hey, how did your wifey think about, like, what did your wifey think about that? Now I am in control. Instead, Felipe in that situation said, oh yeah, give me the business card. I'm going to contact you back. Felipe as the customer was in control at that point. That salesperson fell victim to Felipe's sales process as a customer.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So you can nip that in the bud by controlling the conversation. So
Now, how do I regain the leverage?
let's think about it. Think about it. Think about some ways.
Oh, okay.
How could you go back and talk to the seller without having to send any email or something?
I could say, hey, Dan, I'm trying to write up this email, but I've just noticed that it's a lot harder just to type it all up. Is there anything we could just talk it out verbally? Because it'd be a lot quicker if I can just tell you instantly. I know everything about the process. Are there any questions you need me to answer right now?
Boom. I love that. Good. Great stuff. Now you're thinking on your feet. Like, hey, what's his name?
Dan.
Hey, Dan. Yeah, I'm over here about to send over this email, but as I'm trying to write it up, I'm just kind of confused. Like, what exactly? Just help me understand. What exactly are you looking to accomplish in this email, and what didn't I articulate well enough to you to have you understand the situation and what we're looking to do here for this deal?
Mm-hmm.
What are the questions? Or you call him and you say, "Hey, Dan, did you get my email?" "Oh no, what the heck? I sent it over. Why? Maybe check your spam." Okay, well, I mean, before I go up and write another one, could you just help me understand exactly what you wanted to see in this email? Like, typically when people ask me for emails, it's not really the email that solves the problem. It's usually because I didn't do a good enough job of explaining the process or whatever. Can you help me understand what that is?
Yep.
So that's a way that you can go back into it. Because now what happens? You send him an email. Maybe he doesn't answer. He doesn't answer. Now your follow up is, "Hey, did you get my email?" "Yeah, what are your thoughts?" Now he is back in the driver's seat because he is telling you about the email.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you think like this concept, do you think that we might have gotten this appointment set in stone if we use something along the lines of this concept for the on-site appointment today? Like being the driver in the conversation?
Oh, I mean, I think so. I think that seller as well, they're not ready because they're still 3 months out. And I mean, yeah, I guess, yes. If I was driving it more, I feel like I could have landed the appointment more solidly.
Or you would have never even booked the appointment because you knew that they weren't ready or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Maybe they just took the appointment because they felt bad. They didn't want to tell Felipe no because Felipe is a charming guy over the phone. And they felt bad. They were like, I don't want to tell him no. But let me just make some shit up the day before and cancel. Make sense?
Yeah.
Rather than getting shit done. Dude, it's cool to just have follow-ups. Right? Like that's how all of our deals happen. We got 2 contracts last week that were like 6-month follow-ups each. So it's cool to have those follow-ups.
Yeah.
Cool. Got it. Why don't you send that lead over to me so I can underwrite it? So any of these like creative deals, these novations and stuff, before we give out an offer, just run it by me. So if you ever get in the conversation with the seller and the seller's like, "Oh yeah, that sounds cool. Like, where would your offer be or something?" You could just say, "Hey, let me talk to my team. It's a little bit different. Let me talk to the team and see where it would be. I'll get back to you. Send it over to me. I'll underwrite it. I'll give you a MAO on it, and then you can give that as an offer."
Okay.
Cash offers, you already have that down pat.
Yeah. Speaking about cash offers, I gotta give one right now.
Let's freaking go, baby.
Yeah, she wanted me to call her at 4:30, so let's see.
Let's go. Where is it?
Yeah, I'll send it to you right before I call. It's in Rhode Island.
Okay.
It's the
The heck?
the one that she's going through a divorce. There you go. In the chat.
Okay. Dang, what does she want?
I gave her a range of 250 or mid twos, high twos. She said yes. And so the way I left off this conversation is that we were gonna go take a look at the property. But you spoke to me. I don't know if you remember. Like, I think on Friday that I should try to lock it up through the phone first.
Yeah.
And then go take a look.
Okay. So what was the seller's asking price? Like, what does she want?
She said, oh, it was assessed at 314, so I'm assuming that was like kind of where she was at. And I told her that yeah, it makes sense where she got that number, but we'd be around the mid twos to high twos. And then she was interested, and
Okay, so let's think about this. Do we just give offers, or do we get the seller's ask price?
yeah, we get their ask price. I was gonna go in, asking, get in their bottom number, and then seeing if I can go in with the offer.
I love that. Okay,
Yep.
got it. Let's see Felipe at work. Actually, matter of fact, before you do that, why do we do that? Why do we always find out like their ask price, and not even just their ask price, but their ask price for a cash offer from an investor with no real estate agent commissions or anything? Why is that important?
Because now we have a baseline of where you can work from, and you know that if their offer is still crazy higher than our somewhat range, it's not really the best decision to pursue them too hard right now, and to keep them in a follow up or try to figure out more problems of what's going on with them before we can go in. Because if they give us an offer, an ask price of 300, and we're at 200, you know there's no possible way we're gonna just get $100,000 discount from just.
Well, here's the thing, bro. It's like for the past, who knows, freaking 10 years where this real estate market has been hot, right?
Yep.
The seller's ask price has usually been significantly higher. But as this market cools down, the seller's ask price is going to get lower. So what happens when a seller's ask price is $100,000 and our MAO is like 120? We just shot ourselves in the foot if we're just giving offers at 120, and they said that they would sell it for 100.
Yeah.
See what I mean? We haven't seen much of it like recently in the past years, but it's coming. So it's super important to really get the seller's ask price, not just the seller's ask price, like not just, hey, what are you hoping to get for the property? No. Hey, what if I come in and you don't have to do anything? Like we close on your time. You don't pay any real estate commissions. You don't pay any closing costs. You don't do anything. With an offer like that, what is your absolute bottom number? Rather than just saying, hey, what do you want for it? I don't know. I think it was appraised at 314. Okay, cool. But what does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. But let's call it. Let's lock this thing up, baby.
All right.
Hi, Felipe.
Hey, Isabel, how you doing?
Doing okay. Still in the office, but that's okay. This is a good time.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah. So let me see where we left off here. Okay, yeah. So you were looking at around to sell the property, and you said your timeline is still a few months out.
Correct.
Okay, got it. Well,
and more so just to kind of get information on it, not necessarily any decisions just yet, but definitely some information because I think I mentioned the whole like divorce thing to you.
yes,
right?
yes, of course.
Okay, yeah.
Got it. Alrighty, yeah. So I talked to my partners about this property, and they're pretty confident that I know we don't have to make a decision right on the spot right now, but they're pretty confident that we can make a decision virtually at the moment. If everything you said is correct, like there's no work that really needs to be done. It's you kept it up in good condition, and all that. We were just wondering where would you be at in the price that if we came up, we paid the lawyers, there's no realtors, so they're not taking out the commission, and we just scooped it up on your timeline. What would be your number?
You mean for the home itself?
Yes.
I mean, honestly, the fact, I don't know. The fact that I got appraised at 314, I'd say we want like at least 3.
You said you want at least 3?
Yeah, especially, and not especially, I shouldn't say that, but especially for what they're selling for in my area. And again, I think I mentioned to you a while back when I first filed for divorce, or when I say a while back, this was last April to be exact. So over a year now, we had a realtor look at it, and she said she could potentially sell it for up to 4, which I know they're more talks than walks. Trust me, been there, done that, got a t-shirt, but you know, that'd be a number that I'd be comfortable with, like considering what it was appraised at.
Okay, got it. So you're looking for around 3?
Correct.
Mm-hmm. And your realtor said they can get around 4?
I'm sorry, one more time, Felipe.
And your realtor said that you can get around 400?
Right. I mean, she's not quote unquote my realtor, just someone that I reached out to.
Okay.
I'd love to, just to give you an idea. And again, this was
Oh, okay, got it.
when was this? April, May. I filed in September. So actually, it was September.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit less than a year, I guess.
Well, if you could help me understand, is there any reason why you just haven't gone with the realtor?
Because we didn't decide. I didn't decide on selling.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I just never really decided on whether I was going to do it or not. It was just one of those, let me get some information, let me see what the numbers are, let me, make contact, but I never really made the final decision to do it. We didn't move forward up from just kind of a conversation, her looking at it and her throwing a number out there.
Oh, okay, got it. So you're just kind of collecting data and seeing what's going on.
Exactly.
See-
More so before the divorce, and now I have a better idea with a timeline of him leaving and our children now. I think I told you I have 5, but 4 live at home. Well, 4 live at home, but 2 of them are adults. So, now we have a little bit more of, I want to say a plan, but an idea of how things are going to be panning out. So now I can be more proactive with, okay, am I keeping or not keeping the house?
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, it sounds like you got a lot on your plate.
You have no idea. But I would be interested, like I said, to see if an offer, what that offer would be, because it's one of those things that I just kind of want out of this marriage, and the house is what's keeping me connected to him for the next 2 years.
Okay, got it. Well, what would prevent you from selling to someone with no commissions or anything at the 300 number?
I'm sorry, what would prevent me from selling to what?
I said, what would prevent you from selling to somebody with no commissions at that 300 number? Not saying that I can do that. I'm not sure exactly where I'll be at a number, but do you need to speak to attorney or, I think I already asked you that question, actually. I'm so sorry about the divorce.
Yeah, no, the house is mine. I make the decision whether I either sell it today, not today, but you know what I mean. I sell it now in the divorce, or in 2 years I have to refinance and give them half the benefit. So that's where I mean the house is what's tying me to him for the next either 2 years or until I sell it.
Okay.
But that's part of the contract. Or if I sell today, I give him his half and he goes his merry way. Or if I don't sell today, then in 2 years after refinance. End of 2023. Yeah, 2022.
Got it. Okay. My concern is honestly, my concern is the market, because I'm not sure. Like, for example, if you're looking to sell it in 3 months, it's kind of hard to give you a number right now because I honestly don't know if this market is going to keep going down or if it's going to stabilize.
Okay.
So it's kind of tough to make a decision because I could tell you a number today and then 3 months go down and the prices went down.
Of course, that number changes.
Yeah. So it's kind of irresponsible as well.
Why don't we work on if you can give me a number for what that quote unquote number be for today, and then I can make a final decision.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. Of course. I'm thinking, well, without seeing the property, I'm at around like in the mid 200s for right now, with no realtors at all, and just scooping it up on your timeline, just to be safe.
Okay. Well, I don't want mid-sale. I know I can get more than that if I wait a little longer.
Okay. Of course, yeah. I mean, is there any? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, is there any way we can meet in the middle somewhere?
So, like, what's your middle? If I want 3, you're saying 2.5, 275.
Would you do 275?
I'd have to think about it because remember, whatever I get from the house, I have to give them half.
Mm-hmm. Of course, you got to
that's
divide
gonna
that
be
in
at a-
half.
Right. It's not just that I get all, whatever comes to me is all to me, whatever that number is, then I have to then break that in half. And then I obviously have to think of my own livelihood.
Okay, got it. Yeah, well, that makes sense. So what should be the next steps for us right now?
So is that if you can do if I say 275, are you saying that without looking at the property and stuff like that, that's the number that you can come up with, or is that your own your partner, or is it team?
I'm sorry, I couldn't really hear you. You're kind of quiet.
I'm sorry. I'm in a building and I don't know if it's pouring here and it's awful, lightning and thundering. So I said, are you saying that you and your team would agree if I would agree to 275?
Yes.
Okay. I'd have to think about that, like I said, just because the whole half thing is that can I call you at this number? Is this like your point of contact number?
This is my business number. I can give you my personal just to make it easier.
Okay, sure, that's fine.
Okay. It's 508
Okay.
815
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
And are you a like private contractor or do you have a business that you work with?
We have a business. It's Silver Homes.
SILVER Home?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, very good, Felipe. So give me a little bit. I promise I won't take long, and then I will give you a call.
Okay. Yeah. And so what do you got to think about exactly? Do you have to talk it over with I'm assuming your ex-husband as of what we speak right now?
I need to figure out numbers because again, if that's 275 and then what the house, is left on the house and whatever else, that half number is gonna benefit me because I gotta give him half of whatever that number is.
Okay. Got it.
So I need to kind of plan and see like, all right, well, where am I going from here with this? Because again, that difference, I still have to get half.
Okay. And if you don't mind me asking, is there like a time frame like that I should call you back and kind of get an idea what you're thinking of?
Sure. Can you give me till the end of the week?
Of course I can.
Yeah, give me till the end of the week and then we can touch base.
All right, Isabel. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. You have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good job, dog. How do you feel, bro?
I feel good. Definitely.
Can we meet in the middle? Yo, you're funny, bro.
You're in the middle.
But bro, honestly, 275 looks like a deal.
Yeah, I was in the back of my head. I was like, well, if this cash offer doesn't work, we always have an ovation.
Why does she want to wait until 3 months?
Because she has so much shit going on in her personal life, and her daughter's pregnant or just had a baby or something.
Does she live there?
Yeah.
So where's she gonna move to?
That's where I'm not sure. That's where she's getting the cash to go move.
So she's buying a house?
Yeah.
Has she started looking for one?
I'm not sure if she's been looking for some yet.
Okay. Do you think that might be important to figure out?
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And it's just like, rather than just giving out an offer, hoping and praying that we can meet in the middle with somebody, let's figure out their real situation. What does that do? All I did for her is let her know, okay, boom, I have a 275 cash offer in my pocket. That's it. Like, what does everything else look like for her? Is she moving? Do you need us to hook you up with a realtor to help you find another place to go? Like, all this stuff. This stuff should have been nipped in the bud like on the first couple initial sales calls.
Yep.
This is where we didn't fill up our compartments enough. You know what I mean? So now, and it happens, right? It happens on my calls all the time, where I get all the way near the close and I realize that I didn't fill up the pain bucket enough. I didn't fill up the budget compartment enough, right? And I have to go back and fill that thing back up. But let's make sure that do you remember all the Sandler?
Yeah, I have it written down.
Yeah, let's make sure that by the time we get to close, we have to fill up all the buckets, fill up all the compartments. Because at the moment, like, I don't know. I haven't listened to all the other calls before, but at the moment, it sounds to me that she was just looking for an offer that she could put in her pocket.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She wasn't looking for somebody to help drive her to make a decision. And then that's why I said, give homework and set follow-up. Okay, got it. Who do you need to go talk to? Okay, go talk to those people. How long do you need to do that? You need by the end of the week? Okay, great. Go talk to them. By the end of the week, I'm going to give you a call.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
You see how you're driving the conversation now? Like you're driving not even the conversation, but the whole process. You're driving the process. You want to be driving the process rather than just throwing out offers and sitting and waiting for people to come back and accept stuff. And that's not even just with offers. That's with like accepting follow-up appointments, accepting on-site appointments, accepting all that, accepting homework. So we have to drive the conversations in order for them to accept stuff from us, or else they're just going to be in control the whole time.
Yeah.
Is it making sense to you? Like for real?
No, yeah, it is. I think sometimes this in the middle of the initial calls, I'll like forget about a certain bucket and just keep going, and then it'll bite me in the ass in the future.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Mm-hmm. But can we talk about what you meant by what will prevent you from selling to someone with no commissions or anything at your number, at your 300 number?
Whenever you read my stuff, bro, in my notes or anything,
bro, I was like, what are you trying to say?
Don't read line by line. Read like just a gist of it and say it in your own words.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever you look at my notes and I give you some notes, I've been trying to make it more broad, right? That's why I just said set follow-up and figure out how long that will take.
Yep.
Like instead of saying something word by word, like that comment that I just left for anybody watching, I'm giving him comments on the side while he's on the call. I need to give you broader things. That way you can go use your own shit.
Yeah. But I just like, what were you trying to achieve with that question?
I'm trying to see where her head's at. Okay, got it. So if somebody comes in here and buys this thing and you don't pay any commissions or you don't pay any realtor fees or anything like that at 300, like what would prevent you from moving forward with that? What could you get out of that? You could get out of how they're making the decision. You can get a temperature check to see where they're at. Oh, nothing would prevent me from moving forward. Okay, well, great. Well, let's write up the agreement.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said not saying that I can do that, but it was like a temperature check, like I said. So that's not where you want it to be, right? But let's just say it was at 275. We said that number. And she agreed, yes, that's where I want to be. This is a good way to like essentially pitch your offer. Okay, let's just say somebody came in and did this, that, and the other at 275. What would prevent you from moving forward? And she says nothing, then you close the freaking deal. Okay, great. I'm sending over the agreement right now. What's your email?
Okay.
When I said that, though, at the 300, I knew our offer was going to be a little bit lower than that. I really meant to do that to try to figure out a temperature check. What will prevent you from moving forward with somebody at 300? That's why I said under it, not saying that that's what we can do.
Yeah.
But if somebody did that, what would prevent you from moving forward? Oh, absolutely nothing. So you know her guaranteed number, boom, 300 is what would make her move forward like today. So if you came back to Mike and you said, hey, Mike, I have a seller that's ready to go rock and rolling at 300K. This house only needs it literally needs nothing. The thing's in mint condition. Can we lock this thing up? And I say yes. Then you go back and say, hey, great news. I think we can get a deal done. And you try to negotiate a little bit. Here's where we want to be. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So whenever you're reading my stuff, if it comes off like I'm telling you to say exactly something, never say the exact thing. Just freaking think of your own stuff. Get the concept of what I'm saying and go think of your own stuff and portray it in your own words. Because then you'll really start learning. Put it this way. Have you ever listened to a song and for some reason, like you just listen to it so much, you just know the words?
Yeah.
But you never actually like listen to the song. And then all of a sudden you're thinking one day, you're starting to really listen to the lyrics and you're like, yo, this song is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You learned what the song was about. So if you're just taking the stuff that I give you, like in a side comments or something like that, or in our Podio comments, and you just go and say exactly what the heck I'm saying, you don't understand fully what I mean by that. Like you don't understand the reason for why I'm saying that. So so whenever I'm saying something like in these side comments or in Podio or something like that, look at it from a standpoint of like, hey, why would he say that? What is he trying to accomplish?
Okay.
And then go say it in your own words so that now you have your own arsenal, your own tool belts of things that you can say on these calls. And then they'll come off much smoother. Because if you're trying to say exactly word by word what I'm saying, one, you're not truly understanding what I'm doing. But two, it's going to come off from you unnatural. And then it just kind of messes things up. And you're like, what the heck is going on? I know this because I did it. Like I used to listen to all Paces calls and everything. And I would try to say literally word by word exactly what this freaking guy was saying. And it would just come off unnatural. Not only did it come off unnatural, I wasn't truly learning because I wasn't sitting there and observing like why he was saying what he was saying and going and use what he was saying and put it into my own words. And now I have a full understanding of what the heck he's trying to do. If you gave me one of Pace's calls, I would dissect it. I would for a 10-minute call, I could probably give you a 6-hour video long of exactly what the heck he's doing. Because I sit there and I truly analyzed, you know?
Yep.
And now I took his stuff and I literally just made it my own. There's some things that I say that he says too, just naturally from listening to him so much. It just comes off. But whatever I do say, it comes natural. What else you got, bro?
Do you remember that appointment you went on in Stoughton, Pratt Street?
Oh yeah, crap. What's going on with that one?
So I called her today. What the family's doing is they're collecting all the offers and making a decision by the end of the month. So she wants us to write something up and send it to her. And I kind of like drifted off the conversation and said, like, "Oh, but what'd you think about our offer?" And she said it was strong and it was good.
Okay.
So I didn't really know where to go from that, because I know you're not just supposed to send out contracts willy-nilly. So I just wanted to get your opinion on it.
Yeah, you could just say we don't send out contracts until you guys are ready to go. You have our verbal offer of this or whatever. I tell them straight up, we stopped giving out our offers before the seller is actually ready to make a decision. Here's why. We've ran into so many situations where we've sent out a contract and then the seller has a bunch of contracts in place and a buyer comes in and sees our contract and ends up buying the deal for like a couple grand more than we would buy it. And then we don't get the deal. And actually, even worse case scenarios, there's a bunch of contracts. There's a bunch of contracts that a seller receives. One of them is ours. Ours is a good, strong contract. And then another investor comes in and says, hey, I would give $2,000 more than that contract. The seller goes with that particular buyer, and then they don't close because they're not actual valid buyers. That's a worst case scenario. So I would rather, if you want, go get all the contracts. I get it, do your thing. And in a week or two, when you guys are ready to make the decision, you guys have our verbal offer. At the end of the day, when you guys are ready to make the decision, if our offer is strong, then we'll go over the agreement together.
Okay.
Because she literally just told you, hey, I am taking all the contracts that I get and I'm starting a bidding war. Do we want to be in the bidding war?
No.
Or do we want to be in a position where she is ready to make the decision and we find out that she has 5 other contracts and the highest contract is, $5,000 more than what we were offering and we can come up another 10 grand?
Yep.
I'd rather be in that position. By the way, I'd want to see that contract as well. And I actually told her that.
So that clause, whatever it's called.
Escalation clause, yeah.
Escalation, yeah, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, so I'll go in, I'll talk to her and say, I'm trying to see how to word it. I should just say, like, hey, we're ready to. No, let me see. Because like you say it so eloquently, but like I don't want to say what you say. I want to say what I want to say.
Hell yeah, dog! Come on with your own shit, bro.
I gotta think about it.
Stop swagger jacking me, bro. No, I'm just playing. But for real, bro, coming up with your own stuff, like it will truly, it'll truly just come out natural. Look at what I'm doing. Understand why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, and go use it in your own words. So, for example, why would I do that? Let's break this down. What I just said, why would I tell a seller that?
Because you know that they're looking at all these numbers and gonna pick the highest number at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So you tell them that because you're giving them the option, hey, we can always go up to that number before you make a decision, or even higher, thus guaranteeing us winning the offer, the bidding war.
Yeah. So how are you going to say it?
I'm going to say, hey, Trina, I completely get it that you want an offer on write-in. I understand you want to look at over all your options and see what you want to do at the end of the day. But in our case, every time we give out a preliminary offer, we usually lose it by a few grand. So I was wondering maybe just if you could just see what your highest offer is and come back to us. And if it's something we can do, we can go over that number if it's a valid buyer. But so far, our whatever offer is, our 370 offer still stands. And yeah, I just don't know how to end it. Yeah, give me some more time to think about it.
Go again, bro. All day.
What is it? So like you could say, hey Trina, I completely get that you're trying to get all the offers on the table first before you make a decision. I completely respect that. But for us on our side, we would like to be the last person to give you an offer to make sure our offer is the best offer.
Oh, now Felipe's getting good. Okay.
So to make sure our offer is the best offer, the reason why we do this is because usually we lose out on deals just by a couple of grand, and we can go up to that number. The only thing we ask is that if you do have an offer that's higher than our 370, we request and to see the contract and make sure they are a valid buyer before we make our or before we change our offer.
That's fair. If you were a seller, what would you think? Would you think that's fair?
Yeah, I'd be like, shit, yeah, let me get what I got and I'll come back to you.
Because what's the worst thing that happens? They come in with a crazy high offer from a bonehead wholesaler who doesn't know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great, let's look at it. Wait, I don't know how the heck they're doing that number. We can't do that. And you just tell them, you just scorch Mother Earth on the wholesaler.
Yep.
That's it. So yeah, that's what I would go. But however, they said end of the month.
Yeah.
When we're close like this with a contract, you got to follow up like every other day.
Okay.
So this is somebody that you consistently follow up with. You don't let them fall through the cracks because it's getting time for them to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely keep them in a short-term follow-up.
Sure. All right. Well, I think that's everything I have.
How about the novation agreement down in Rhode Island? I forget exactly where.
Novation in Rhode Island. Oh, yeah, he hasn't picked up my calls in the past 2 days or something.
Okay.
Yeah. But last time I spoke to him, he was trying to get opinions from family members and a realtor.
Got it. Tomorrow, remind me on the live to call the seller that we had a canceled appointment with today. I want to do it today, but I have to run. It's 5 o'clock. I got a meeting.
I didn't know we canceled an appointment today.
The on-site appointment that you were going to go on?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I want to give her a call and just see what happened.
The one that they canceled. Okay. All right. Remind you to call her on the live.
Yeah.
Okay. I can do that.
Cool, bro.
Hell yeah.
Good stuff, dog. We getting contracts this week or what?
Of course we are, man. It's only Monday.
What do you see in the pipeline? Like, what can close and how are we going to get there?
Okay, the ones that I think we're close is the one in Rhode Island, the Novation. I feel he's gonna notice that his only option is us. The one on Pearl Street, most likely, if I can just get in contact with him again. He didn't pick up my calls today. That Novation deal that we talked about today with that brick house. If I can get him to understand Novation thoroughly, I'm pretty sure that's a contract as well. And
All right.
yeah, that's what I can think of right now. There's probably one more.
Let's get it. Why don't you actually try to set up an appointment for that brick house?
Okay.
I'll go on it since it's a creative deal.
Yeah, I think it's a lot easier to pitch creative deals face to face.
No, they're both the same.
Same thing.
I was just having this conversation with somebody today, actually.
Oh, really?
And his question was like, why are you going on site rather than just locking stuff up through the phone? My answer was, I think it was a mindset thing for me for the past like maybe 6 months or something. Well, ever since I started a year or two ago, I felt like I needed to go there. I felt like, all right, I have the highest probability of getting a deal if I go there, which is true. Like, yeah, you do have a higher chance of getting the deal if you go on site. But at the end of the day, dude, you can accomplish just as much on the phone if you get really good at articulating your message.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like, dude, what the heck do we need to go on site for? I personally like going on site. Like, I it's fun to me. But at the end of the day, we don't really need to do that.
Yeah.
Especially coming up because we're going to start doing deals virtually, like out of our market.
Yep. Speaking of that, what's the name of our website? The new one?
Oh, yeah. Dang it.
Silver Homies.
Let me see if I can put it up here.
Hit him with the plug. Silver Homies.
So, for anybody watching, we got some exciting news. If you check out this link right here, Silver Homies, this is a link to our JV website. So, if you have a deal that you need dispoed, or if you have a lead that you need called and you need closed and you need that lead to be nurtured and you need the deal to go to the finish line and you want a white glove type of service, go to silverhomies.com. What you'll be able to do is you'll be able to fill out a lead sheet, and that lead sheet will be submitted to my team and we will take care of it. At the moment, I am the one calling all these leads and dealing with all the stuff. So if you submit a lead or a deal, the difference between a lead and a deal is something that's already under contract, right? So maybe you need help dispoing it, or you need us to buy it, whatever the case is. Or the second thing is a lead. What's the difference? A lead is something that is not under contract, but it's somebody that has raised their hand and said, hey, I am interested in selling my property for some sort of reason. That's the difference between the two. Again, a deal is somebody who is under contract. A lead is somebody who is just interested in selling their house. So with that being said, either or, if you have either or, a lead or a deal, you can go to silverhomies.com and we will tackle that thing. Super excited for that. But Felipe, good job today, bro. Good stuff.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, people. Peace.
Peace.